Bill Carlsen, one of the real news people.
Weather reporting takes knowledge, skill, experience, courage, and a lot of luck, and I've got what it takes, a rabbit's foot.
Follow the leaders on News 4 at 6 and 10 p.m.
All right, and we're going to... Oh, there he comes. We thought maybe you left a little early.
Nothing like being late on the last program.
Well, they can't fire you. You got that consolation anyway.
That's right. I do have a consolation.
Yeah, well, do your thing for the last time, old buddy.
How many forecasts did you say I'd gone through?
I think I heard him say something like 10,000 and some.
Does it seem... which one was right? How do you pick it out of that batch?
Well, there was probably 2 of them, I would think, in that much.
That is our problem with this weekend forecast, because we have this very indefinite and weak little affair that will not move out of the plains. We'll show you shortly on the satellite photo how persistent it's been, but we have had, and there's still going on, occasional light shower activity in a broad area like that, plus some thunderstorms scattered down along this rather weak cold front. And how we're going to get rid of this thing without having a little bit of water drop around the neighborhood's the big problem. We had a lot of clouds today. We still got up to 55. That's the 8th day this year. We've been 50 degrees or better, and it got up to 65 out at Timmerman and 66 at Madison. And Wausau had a 71. They had a lot of sunshine. And it was 69 at Park Falls. Chicago had the same luck we did, at 55, which we really can't complain about. At 10 o'clock, there was still fair skies, extreme northern Wisconsin and upper Michigan. It was cloudy down through our parts. There had been sprinkles around Milwaukee. And very light rain was falling at Madison, at Rockford, and Chicago, and mostly all of these, Lone Rock, La Crosse, were in the sprinkle category, also at various points over here in Iowa. And the temperatures were generally in the upper 40s, except Green Bay, which has been running warmer. They had thin cloudiness during the day, had only a 52. I mean, had a 52, as did the Twin Cities. And looking at the big map, we're not concerned now about the front out in the Pacific, nor about cold air, except the effect of Lake Michigan, or our only concern is rain over this very vital agricultural weekend, which I'm sure most of you have plotted for your yard or the remains of the yard after winter's efforts. Doesn't look like there would be much water in anything, so with a little luck, tomorrow may not be too good, but Sunday ought to be pretty nice. Hopefully this will be gone somewhere. You can't just wave the thing off. But I think first, we ought to remind you that weather tonight is brought to you by the makers of butternut coffee. Ground, instant, and freeze-dried. And I see some of my friends over here. Chuck.
Hi, Bill. How are you?
Welcome. Let me introduce you.
Right.
This is Charles Harding, advertising manager for Butternut Coffee. Did you come up without a top coat? He lives in Houston.
That's right. I did.
I thought about that. I was afraid that would happen.
Oh, well, Bill, you know, I knew it would be good weather for your last weathercast, and so that was no problem. Did they say it was your 10,674th?
Something like that, yeah.
Gee, I just wish you'd go on for another 10,000 as far as we're concerned, because really in the 21 years that we've been associated, you've been our secret advertising weapon, you might say. And we thought that since you'd done such a wonderful job of weaponry for the last 21 years, we just couldn't see why you should ever have to buy any coffee of our coffee. So we would like to present you with a certificate, and I'll warn you, it's a little loose in here right now, which will entitle you to a lifetime supply of butternut, either ground, instant, or freeze-dried. And since it'll take a little while to get this into action here, we just happened to bring along a sort of a temporary supply, which would hold you over until you got down to pick up your first consignment.
Say, we've got a new can, too.
That's right.
Just when I'm leaving, all this beauty comes out. Chuck, it's been wonderful working for Butternut. You know, my blood is pretty thin. It's mostly butternut coffee. Oh, there's a little other things in there at times, too, but very little blood. And I love butternut coffee. We've enjoyed trying to tell the people how good it was because we believe in it, just as you do. We think it's the best coffee around. Will you drink a toast to our friends?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Here's to you.
Oh, you got it stuck here, huh?
Oh, is there something wrong with that? Oh, drink it with the saucer.
Look at that. How about that?
Oh, those finks around here, I can't understand it.
Bill, your health, good luck, and God bless you.
Good health to all of our many friends out there. Chuck, I'm sorry that you got in on the wrong side of the coffee pot here. We have some treacherous people in the floor crew around the place here. Oh, let's take a look at the satellite photo. I think we're ready to, and we'll show you. We're going back to Tuesday. Here's where our problem for the weekend started, down in the plains. Wisconsin was fair. All right, now Wednesday, she'd expanded. Remember, we showed you these same things way north and down into Mexico, but we were still in the clear. Thursday. All right, we're getting in trouble here. Yesterday, it was beginning to move into the western part of the state. The top end, though, has gotten a little farther south. Now today, well, we're in trouble in the southern half of the state here, southeastern half, but look, we've had improvements up here in Minnesota and North Dakota. That is our hope for Sunday, that the whole thing will gradually push down to the south, and tomorrow might not be at all a bad day. Hopefully, we think that. So we'll take a look here. Our wind now, northeast, about 3 to 5 miles an hour. The barometer's steady now, 30.26. We have 47, Mitchell 45 is 52 at Timmerman, 59% humidity. There are probably sprinkles in the area, but none of them will show up on the radar. And, there will be some light showers around tonight. There are some. Our low probably near 40. Cloudy and rather cool tomorrow, and there's a chance of some occasional showers. High is probably only around 50 with cloudiness and easterly winds, and good flying weather. Starting to rain here in the studio, I see. And Sunday, we hope, will be partly sunny and warm. That'll be the first day of daylight saving time. Well, that's the end of the weather program for Butternut Coffee, and more news in just a moment.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to the part of our News 4 night scene where we have to say goodbye to Bill Carlsen, our News 4 weatherman for the past 21 years, and of course our good and dear friend. Bill retires tonight, so this is his last program on News 4. And Bill, the next few minutes of our program, of course, are going to be yours. First, we have a cross-section of the people of the area who will miss you.
Well, I certainly have known Bill Carlsen for many years. I came here in 1930 to go to Marquette to school. And at that time, he had one of the real great dance bands in the country. His music was just beautiful. I wish I could say the same about his weather forecasts. They didn't meet the music style. But we'll miss Bill, and God bless you, Bill.
We've known Bill Carlsen over a period of 20 years. And Bill comes out here on Groundhog Day to predict the weather. And George and Bill didn't do too well for us this year on Groundhog Day. And I wish the best of, both George and I wish the best of luck to Madge and Bill on their retirement.
Don't go too far away, Bill. There'll be a lot of us still watching you.
I remember Bill Carlsen very well and used to dance to his music. And he had some real great bands in those days, too. And I still watch him, watch the weather reports, enjoy it. And just wish him all the best.
Oh, I don't consider Bill Carlsen a weatherman. I consider him one of the great figures in the entertainment world of some 35, 37 years ago. He was very much a part of my life, as he was a part of the lives of many of the young people of that era of the 30s, the period of the Depression, when so many of us spent so much time in the one area of entertainment, and that was the ballroom.
I watched him for Bill Carlsen for years on television. It'll be very strange not to see him on television, and I'll miss him.
Well, Carlsen, you think? You've been telling everybody all these years that you've been working. Ain't that a laugh, you loafer? But now you're gonna retire, huh? Well, come on out and see me sometime. I'll show you around the cages.
Well, it's going to seem kind of strange to have a fixture like Bill Carlsen out on the air after all these years. I can, seems to me as though I can remember my mother and father talking about Bill Carlsen in a dance band, and I'm 47 years old, so that's quite a while ago.
Bill, as your spiritual advisor, I feel I've been a total failure.
All right, Bill, and we also have a very rare record that was made back in 1927 of your music, and I'd like to present that to you here. It's a kind of a... Oh, my God. Well, okay, we tried.
I just like the coffee story.
Frank Bonfilio of the Pfister Hotel is nice enough to come out here tonight. We have some of the bubbly for you, and I think if I can speak for everybody, I'm not sure I can, our very best to you and continued good health, and will you come back and see us?
I certainly will. And I thank you very much, John.